French President Emmanuel Macron and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu delivered a joint press statement in Paris Sunday following a bilateral meeting where the two leaders discussed cooperation between the two countries as well as developments in the Middle East. The Social Democratic Party of Germany candidate for the German Chancellorship, Martin Schulz, criticized the lack of solidarity in the EU at a presentation of his party's manifesto ahead of upcoming general election in Berlin on Sunday.
To verify the images taken in the videos with satellite imagery to show that they are in fact around the areas of Mosul that they appear to be in.
The Executive Director of Human Rights Watch's Middle East and North Africa Division, Sarah Leah Whitson, condemned the Iraqi soldiers' alleged abuse of the self-proclaimed Islamic State's fighters in Mosul, speaking from Beirut Saturday. On the latest reports coming out of Mosul, Whitson commented that to date, the Iraqi government has never held any soldiers accountable for these abuses that are being documented. Scuffles broke out as police tried to separate a protest against racism from a counter-demonstration in the city of Kawasaki on Sunday. The protest comes 1 month after the Kawasaki municipal government presented draft guidelines intended to prevent the dissemination of hate speech in public places. The ruling would hand authorities the power to reject or revoke permission to use community facilities if the activities cause harm to those using the area or venue. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu stated that Temple Mount will reopen with heightened security on Sunday, only 2 days after a deadly attack which left 2 policemen dead, speaking from Ben Gurion International Airport Saturday. The decision follows a phone conversation with Jordan's King Abdullah II, who condemned the attack and asked the Prime Minister to reopen the religious site in order to stop further escalation. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan inaugurated a monument built to commemorate the victims of last year's July 15 coup attempt in front of the presidential palace in Ankara Sunday. The 31.4-meter high monument features the names and stone-carved images of 249 people who died during the coup attempt, along with 7 human figures carrying the crescent and the star, the symbols of the Turkish flag. Calm appeared to be restored in the town of Hurghada on Egypt's Red Sea coast on Saturday after a deadly stabbing attack on Friday that killed 2 German tourists and injured 4 others. Amidst heightened security measures, business returned to normal at the popular tourist resort. The attacker killed 2 German women and injured 2 others at the Zahabia Hotel before swimming onwards to the sunny days El Palacio Resort and stabbing 2 others. Hundreds of anti-Trump protesters hit the streets of New York to demand the impeachment of US President Donald Trump on Saturday. The protest was as part of similar protests in around 17 cities across the United States, including Los Angeles, Chicago, and Atlanta. The protesters were organized by the group Refuse Fascism. Protesters marched in solidarity with the detainees of the G20 protests in Bern on Saturday. Banners mocked the heavy-handed tactics of the German police, questioning the use of pepper spray during the G20 protests in Hamburg last week. A total of 186 people were detained by the end of the summit and some 200 police officers injured in protests that turned violent as cars were torched, businesses looted, and shop fronts smashed. Wives of fighters from the self-proclaimed Islamic State spoke of their experiences in Ain Issa Saturday. One of them, Khadija, said that ISIS habitats in Raqqa were not habitats, they were real prisons. She also said there was a group of girls who made a deal with each other and took a bus to Iraq, adding that when IS seized control of their city, those who helped them escape were killed. Over 1,000 soldiers took part in the Peace Sentinel NATO drill at the Novoselo military camp near the village of Koran on Saturday as part of Body's Sabre Guardian 217 multinational exercise. The Sabre Guardian exercise is held annually in Romania, Bulgaria or Ukraine as part of the US-European Command's Joint Exercise Program. It is intended to improve joint operation capabilities between the participating nations. Germany's biggest far-right festival got underway in Tamar, southern Thuringia, Saturday, with about 5,000 participants expected from Germany, Russia and Switzerland. The far-right event was met with a number of counter-protests, including one organized by Antifa activists, where protesters marched with banners, LGBT flags and chanted slogans welcoming refugees. Over the past few years, southern Thuringia has become home to several far-right rock festivals, including Rock for Germany and Rock for Identity. The last rehearsal ahead of the opening of the 13th International Aviation and Space Salon MAX 2017 took place at Zhukovsky Airfield in Moscow on Saturday. The event, which takes place from 18 to 23rd July, is set to have some 84 aircraft from 8 airborne crews performing over the course of the event, in which more than 770 companies representing 30 countries will participate. A group of 15 Yazidi women from the Iraqi town of Sinjar have formed a women-only battalion in a bid to take part in the battle for the Syrian city of Raqqa against self-proclaimed Islamic states, as seen in footage shot in northwest Raqqa on Friday. According to the fighters, the participation of the all-female militia known as the Sinjar Women's Units in the fight against IS in Raqqa comes in response to the mass rapes and kidnappings of Yazidi girls and women by IS militants in Iraq. Dinosaur lovers got up close and personal to frighteningly realistic animatronic models of the prehistoric juggernauts at the Giga Dinosaur Exhibition 2017 in Chiba on Saturday. The exhibition's two prize gems are a full-scale animatronic T-Rex and a brand new skeletal reconstruction of a huge Rheangosaurus which stands at 38 meters long and 14 meters tall. A drone captured the agricultural ingenuity of a Kyiv region farmer on Saturday as it filmed a gigantic cornfield forged into labyrinth shaped on the map of Ukraine. The maze is complete with an inscription reading "Travel Ukraine" as well as 25 checkpoints, with each holds the answer to a fact about Ukraine. Organizers say that the labyrinth should inspire visitors to travel the rest of the country.